Alrighty, so Windows Edge is going like the dodo bird, and iPhone sales are doing very good. And my personal favorite, Ryzen hardware leaks. Stay tuned. So Windows finally getting rid of their freaking Edge browser. Now, I mean, it's a God-given gift. I mean, because no one freaking uses it. I mean, the time someone really uses that browser is only when you need to install Google Chrome. That's about it. So the actual browser that's codename Anaheim will actually be using Chromium. So, I mean, this is a heaven for freaking web developers, being that there's only one less duck on the freaking pond. So it's a win-win. Alrighty, so iPhone sales, and since Apple's been freaking cutting to $100 in trade-ins and even $300 for an iPhone 7, it's showing that sales aren't going very well. And I mean, let's be honest, you get the iPhone X last year, I mean, the last thing you want is to upgrade to the next, Obama phone. So if you go iPhone XS, you're most likely not getting it. And getting it because you're not getting it because it's gonna look exactly the same as the one you already have. So why are you gonna get that? So logically, you're going for the iPhone XS Max and burn $1,000, just $1,400, and if you're willing to cough up $1,000, you better hope it at least, you want your phone to at least stand out and know that it looks like the new model, not just like the other one. So, and all you can, get that one guy to tell you, hey, is that the new iPhone? And your dumbass says, yes it is. And you feel accommodated knowing that your payment was worth every freaking penny. Holy crap. Let's talk about freaking Ryzen's leaks. So, damn. The leaks if they're real, man, Intel's in some big ass trouble. I mean, they started to have pretty much the Ryzen 3 line, and it's insane. I think as of 2019, they'll be able to get a freaking 6-core and 12-thread for freaking $99. I mean, damn. It officially makes my 980X officially obsolete times a fuck. So, god damn. So the Ryzen 3 3300 only hitting 50 watts on freaking 4 gigahertz, and then you have the Ryzen 3, the 300G, being the same shit, just running at 4.3 gigahertz and bumping the wattage by 65 watts for only $129. And Ryzen's 300 pretty much G, or pretty much the lower clock speeds, they're down to 3.8, but it will have integrated graphics. So I mean, that's not the ECU, so it's gonna have 15 of them, and those are the bum phone CPUs, right? So whatever, who cares? Then you got the Ryzen 5, and they're bulked up. I mean, the version of your current Ryzen is 8 cores and 16 threads, 2700X, and now the bad boys are running at 4.4 gigahertz at 65 watts, and it's only 178 smackaroos. I mean, that's a 3600, and for the 3600X, which obviously is the one with more voltage, is a whopping 4.8 gigahertz and 90 watts for $229. So this, it's priced like the 2700X, and it dominates. I mean, damn. Oh, and for the best model being that it has an integrated GPU, of course, so that version will compete with the video cards. That'll be 4 gigahertz for like $199. So now for the big home run hitters, I mean, the Ryzen 7 line. So you have the 3700, it's 3.8 gigahertz, clock to 4.6 gigahertz at 95 watts. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention, it's freaking 12 cores and 24 threads. I mean, holy shit. I mean, how many cores is the Ryzen shoving on those CPUs, man? I mean, and then you got the big daddy being a 4.2 gigahertz base clock, being most people with their 2700X line were able to clock up to and boost clock to at least, I mean, I think it's a 4.2, couldn't even hit 4.3 even. The box says Ryzen 27X can go 4.3, but I mean, most people just got stuck to 4.2, and that's overclocking. And then you have to worry about the cooling issues, and if you hit a certain amount of heat, it'll start to unclock itself down. Of course, the reason why that being is because of the Samsung chips. It has the underpowered chips, the low power chips, the LP chips, and now you're upgrading to pretty much the new generations that have the HPC for high performance chips. So they're gonna be more overclockable. So I mean, I don't know if they max these guys out already, and then when we get them, we can't clock them that high. But I mean, damn, they're getting pretty crazy. And I mean, I ain't worried. I mean, damn. I mean, goddamn. These CPUs are drinking some crazy shit. I mean, I don't know if AMD's hyped on Red Bull, because that's not even the granddaddy of them all. Nope, surprise. You got Intel, they got their i9, and then AMD's like, you know what? Screw you, brother. We got our own, Ryzen 9 too now. So it's like, holy crap. They're going for the 9, pretty much copying the SKU. Where some people are angry, but I personally think it's smart. If you're buying these CPUs, you probably know a little bit of a computer, and you're like, oh, Ryzen 9, oh, that one's supposed to be the competitor for the i9. Cool. It's kind of gimmicky, but I get where they're going at, So I mean, goddamn, holy shit. So the base clock, because Intel has been, milking on those chips, hitting 5 gigahertz, it's Ultra Instinct Ryzen 9, motherfucker. Boost clock to 4.7, right? And that was supposed to come to CES, and then later on, I don't know if it's May or whatever, it's supposed to hit 5.1 gigahertz out of the freaking box. So that's the 3850X. For the love of God, I mean, I hope this is true. Take this as a grain of salt, because technically it's still it's not official from AMD, but the source that actually came from he's really credible. So I mean, if it's not 100% exact, it's pretty close to it. So these CPUs have so much freaking cores and threads and clock speeds, you become a video editor just to have an excuse to use all those freaking cores. I mean, oh, and I forgot to mention, at 5.1 gigahertz, it's not 12, it's 16 cores. I mean, that is Threadripper territory. That is freaking insane. So, I mean, if you had a Threadripper right now, I don't know if you're kind of like, oh man, I should have waited. It's just stuck to the AM4 chip. I don't know, but I mean, regardless, it's a win-win. It's beautiful for CPUs. I mean, man, Intel needs to watch their back. Damn. We got a GTX 1060 on the NVIDIA side. They're like, we're calling it an RX 3060, so it's like, yeah, you have an RTX, we have an RX, but ours has a bigger number, so it means we mean business. So again, AMD did copy our competitors, and the competitors, and even through people, they get mad about it. I think it's really smart. I mean, it sounds dumb if you know what this is, but for the common person that goes to a Best Buy, doesn't know anything, and sees this, and they're like, oh, that number's higher, I'm getting that one. That's gonna be better, and it's cheaper. So I mean, it works out. So for example, the GTX 1060 competitor and all, for just their version of the 1060 that compete is only $128. So goddamn, that's cheap. So for that, obviously, like I said, it's the RX 360 competing with the 260, and the next one is the 370 and 3070. RX 3070, and that's an 8 gigabyte model. And you guessed it, competes with the GTX 1070. Sorry, just blah blah blah. So that one's going for $199. And finally, the granddaddy card, the RX 3080. So you do the math. Oh, it's 1080. So yeah, the GTX 1080. So it's an 8 gigabit version, going for 250 smackaroos, which isn't actually is not bad at all. That's actually really good, and that's extremely competitive, especially right now that we got freaking RTX cards costing way too much. People don't care about ray tracing, they just want higher frame rates. People are getting bigger screens, they want higher refresh rates. You know, either you want 4K, but you want your thing to at least run 60 hertz and a 60 hertz monitor or higher. And if you're on the 1080p 1440p side, you want to hit 144 hertz to 200 and whatever those, you know. And if you have, you know, via G-Sync or whatever, and it just we need more performance, pretty much. So, I mean, and then, so AMD's pushing pretty much Obama prices. So, I mean, I don't know what's with me with Obama today, but yeah, Obama prices, which actually it's a good thing. So, I mean, at least I believe it's no secret that AMD's next line of CPUs would be shrinking to 7 nanometer versus the 12 nanometer models. So Quantum is still struggling with those 10 nanometers, and then you got they're going for freaking NVIDIA, which a lot of people are like, you gotta get on that, you know, because NVIDIA is big. And they're just sitting on their high horse, giving us ray tracing that nobody wants, you know. It just works, whatever. I mean, we need competition, and you know what? AMD's doing it now, so I'm happy, you know. I mean, damn. I mean, it's just dope. We're gaining higher core counts, you know. So we got for years, Intel's finally not sitting on their high horse. They need to actually do something. Their 9900K came out, and it's just so freaking obvious that they're not ready. They can't even get to 10 nanometer. And then in a future episode, I'll talk about how 7 nanometers. They're gonna go 7 nanometer route because they know they can't keep up, and they want to do it by 2020. So yeah, competition's hot. So yeah, I mean, that's all I could say. Hey.
Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.